Hi everyone, I'm Pranita and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making peanut chutney. This is traditionally served with Indian breakfast items like idli, dosa, upma, you name it. And it also can be served as a dipping chutney for fried vegetables. So let's get started. So these are the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe. 1 serrano pepper. If you want this dish mildly and if you're serving it to guests who are not exposed to a lot of spicy dishes, use just 1 serrano pepper. That should be good. And 1 garlic clove. And I also have some dried up chilies. When I'm blending or using it in purees, I use the broken halves of the chilies and I keep the nice big ones for tempering. So I've separated some for tempering. I have some salt, about 1/4 teaspoon of it. You can add less or more to your taste. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of lime juice, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 1/2 teaspoon of coriander seeds. First, what we are gonna do is we are gonna toast the chili peppers and char them a little bit, and the garlic as well. And we are gonna add the cumin seeds and all of them to a blender. For 1 cup of peanuts, you're going to need all these ingredients. The measurements, when you're making it in double, you can definitely double the measurements. This is going to make a nice and spicy chutney. So for 1 cup of roasted peanuts, you're going to need all these ingredients. I also have here some frozen coconut. It comes out like this in the package, and as it's shown in the image, it is cut like this with the skin on. So what you can do is, if you ever run out of peanuts, you can replace like totally with the coconuts and it's gonna have a rich coconut flavor. But if you have like 1/2 cup of peanuts, add 1/2 cup of coconut, it's gonna give nice flavor. At the same time, you're gonna have much more chutney. So here I have a small frying pan. It's not hot yet, but I've added about just 1/2 teaspoon of oil and the fresh serrano pepper. I am holding on to the dried chilies because the fresh chilies have a ton of moisture and I want to get a nice char on it. These, if you add it at the same time, they're gonna just burn. So what we are gonna do is let it char up a little bit. We're gonna keep moving them. I'm gonna use a spoon. It's not hot yet. And once it's hot and the pepper is charred, I'm gonna go ahead and add these. Meanwhile, to a blender, this is an Indian blender that I'm using, a bigger jar. To this blender, I've added the peanuts, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the salt and some lime juice. The pepper is charring up. You can see how it's spluttering. And once you have added the lime juice, you can go ahead and add the cumin seeds and the coriander seeds to the blender as well. So I've added pretty much everything that we need. Only one more thing that has to go inside this blender is this charred pepper and the garlic, which are gonna give a ton of flavor. Just move it around a little bit using the handle so that you don't want them to just burn. Look, the dried peppers are already changing color, so I think this is good. Let's go ahead and turn off the heat and transfer it to a blender. Now we have added everything to the blender, and now what we need to do is just blend it up. What I always do is add 3/4 of the way the peanuts are filled. I will add that much water and blend the peanuts into a nice smooth paste. You don't want any graininess to it. You want a nice smooth paste. I'm gonna see you guys after I'm done blending this mixture. So this is how it should look after it's done blending. Nice and creamy, not too thick, not too runny. Depending on what you're serving it with, try to make it a little bit thinner or keep it a little bit thick. So if you're serving it for idlis or anything like that, keep it nice and thin and light so that you can go ahead and dip in it. But if you're serving it for dosha or pesrattu or any deep fried snacks like vada, or any deep fried vegetables like deep fried green beans or something like that, if you do that, pakoda, you can serve it with pakoda as well. This is a great combination. As you can see, the mustard seeds are slowly starting to bubble up and they're gonna start spluttering. I'm ready with some cumin seeds. I also have some curry leaf. I have dried up curry leaf that I'm going to use now, but you can use fresh curry leaf if you can find it. Sometimes it gets harder for me to find fresh curry leaves. So I'm going to just add some dried up curry leaves straight away to the chutney so that I can pour this over. After we are done adding the tempering to the chutney, we are gonna go ahead and garnish it with cilantro. There you go. The mustard seeds are spluttering. I can hear them. Add the cumin seeds. They both are gonna finish spluttering, and just transfer it to the chutney and give it a good stir. Make sure to taste the salt, and this is where you can add some salt to the chutney. Here you go. We have blended the chutney, and now we have added the tempering and the curry leaves and everything. At any point, if you don't want to make the chutney spicier, but you've already added the peppers and it feels too spicy, just blend in some extra coconut flakes as I showed earlier, or some peanuts, just add some salt and lemon juice. Don't add any peppers, just skip the peppers from the recipe. That way you can actually control the heat level that's in this dish. So I'm gonna serve this dish, and I made some pesrattu earlier. I'm gonna serve this dish with pesrattu and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna see you guys later. Thanks for watching. You can find this recipe and many more at booklesscooking.com. Thank you.